Hey, just a short little talk about why I do what I do and the importance of building your range and your endurance. Kind of the endurance will follow the range. Believe it or not, I do get quite a lot of haters. Some of them will comment right on my post and some of them will email saying that all I care about is playing high notes and being cocky and egotistical and all that kind of stuff. And there's more to this instrument, and there's more to music than playing high notes. People got me wrong. That is not correct. What a lot of people fail to recognize is you will not be playing too much music if this is weak, if you don't have all the notes on this guy at your disposal, as many as that you can get. Not only that, life is difficult. And this thing can start to hurt after a while if you use too much pressure. And you're also limited on what you can do as far as the different styles. So I just happen to have this natural knack when it comes to upper register, but instead of being born with the talent like some of the celebrity trumpet players that have a fantastic range and seem to never get tired, I actually had to work at it. I had to figure out how to build my range up. There was no high note trumpet teacher when I was growing up teaching high notes. So as far as just building, you see my stuff and it says, increase your range for 4 notes, or learn how to play a little higher this, or strengthen your lips, your chops. And some people are like, man, that's crazy. I want to spend time on making music. Well, this instrument is a physical instrument, folks, and I'm here to tell you, man, it is unforgiving. You can have a lot of fights with this instrument. It could also be a trombone or tuba, it doesn't matter. But a lot of times the instrument will win, and the reason is because you haven't developed this. And just because you increase your range and got all these high notes at your disposal, does that mean you got to be a screaming fool? No. So when I'm talking about adding high notes to your range, I'm not going around trying to beat everybody over the head saying you get these high notes because you're going to be able to scream and hang over at the end of songs all the time. No. Just because you have, if you're playing trumpet, if you have a double high C, doesn't mean you ever got to play it if you don't want to. It's just nice to know that you got it. And if you have a double high C range, even if you play in the symphony, everything else is going to be easier. Your tone's going to be better. Your endurance is going to be a million times better because you're not crunching out your lips with the mouthpiece. Your pitch center is going to be better. I already mentioned maybe sound and resonance. Tuning will be better. Your slotting and accuracy, everything gets better and it gets easier. Just imagine right now, for most people watching this video, how easy it is to play like low C up to second line G. But maybe when you were 4th or 5th grade it wasn't that easy. But right now, whether you're an advanced or a pro player, I mean, isn't that a ridiculous comment? Imagine how easy it is to play low C's and G's. The reason it's easy, or one of the reasons, is because your range is so far above that. Playing low C, E, G, and even middle C is a piece of cake. It's a cakewalk. That's kind of the premise behind my philosophy of wanting to keep building range and power, is that you don't have to hot dog all the time. If you do want a hot dog, you got it. It's there. You can use it. But you don't have to do that if you're not that type of personality. What's going to happen is if you have the extra range, all the stuff that you play in now gets easier. Your endurance doubles and triples. Your tone gets better. I mean, just the stuff I just mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, that's why you increase your range. It's not about being a meathead and going to your gig and blowing a bunch of high notes for your warm-up and being that guy or that girl. It's not about that. It's about the ability to really enjoy your life and be fulfilled on your instrument and make it as easy and as fun-loving as possible. What would be the other reason for the range? I'm kind of drawing a blank now. But what I said previously, that's pretty much really what I want to share with everybody in this video. You see my stuff, I'm saying, hey, you got to build up your range. Come on, let's do it. I'm giving some incentives here. Let's do this. Because people have told me, and I kind of feel the same thing, I kind of am good at taking information, especially when it comes to range and upper register, and passing it on to students. So anyway, so you see me trying to get you involved in some of the stuff I do. And in case you didn't know it, I've made a post recently. I'm not all about the dollar, the almighty buck. I got over 400 videos on my YouTube channel. Just search my name or search Your Brass Instructor. I got a ton of free stuff that you can even get your horn out and start practicing with. Yes, go check it out. You're just not going to run out of videos. I got demos that you can play along with. I got tutorials that you can learn from. You're going to have a lot of stuff to work on there, all for free. And just recently I was offering some free weeks for my course. If people would, let me know how many, for example, C's they could lip buzz or they could do on their mouthpiece. I guess that was too hard for most everybody, so we'll scratch that one. So bottom line is, I basically don't care who's watching this and how good you are. I feel like if you're the best professional lead player in the world, guess what? I think that you're probably still working on your range. I really do. You may not want to admit it. I believe that the best, strongest brass players in the world that have arrived, they got maybe a great gig or whatever, or maybe they're one of the top call A-list session players. I believe they are still working on their range and endurance and their sound. They didn't stop it. So what should that tell everybody else? It's a lifelong pursuit on this instrument. You're going to keep working on your range. You're going to keep working on your sound and your tone and your power and getting better and better. It really doesn't stop. So I'm Kurt Thompson. I wanted to give you a little bit more insight about me, why I do what I do, and why it looks like so far people have gotten some pretty good value for the information that I've been passing along. So if you got extra time, go to youtube.com/yourbrassinstructor and dig in. You won't get done with it anytime soon. There's a ton of information there. It's all free. And anyway, then you know about my other courses that I'm always throwing up here on Facebook and LinkedIn and other places. And so those are always there for you too if you really want to get serious and pull the trigger and be totally wowed as to what will happen with your range. Remember, you got this much range, and if you play down here, life is easy. If you got this much range and you play here, life isn't so easy, folks. See ya.